One thing that you must learn when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and maybe even life generally, is that these people are not your friends, okay? When I say these people, I'm not necessarily talking about the government or the SEC or the big banks. I'm talking about even the people who built some of these projects that we're supporting, right? The people who run the companies behind, Cardano, XRP, all these big names that we see in media, right? The Brad Garlinghouses, the Vitaliks, blah, blah, blah. These people are not your friends, all right? They don't care about you personally. What they care about most is their bottom line, all right? Just like any other organization in the world. And this has been demonstrated time and time again by the likes of Justin Sun, Do Kwon, CZ, FTX, and even Vitalik himself, right? These people are already billionaires or millionaires or multimillionaires. They care about their immediate surrounding, themselves, their own families. They don't really care about your investment. Now, take XRP for instance now. We that support XRP must understand that we support XRP because there are people who believe that this token is going to absolutely melt faces, and it represents a very viable and relatively imminent opportunity at financial freedom and life-changing money, right? Generational wealth, etc. There are also people who believe that this is going to be the future of money, the future of currencies around the world, store of value. This is going to liberate us from petrodollar, etc. The people who believe that sort of stuff, okay? So there are different camps and there are people in between, right? But mostly one of these two things. Now, the people behind the company Ripple might also be ideological in that they do want to make changes. They do want to bring solutions to the way the banking system works at the moment. Maybe that's what they felt when they conceived of the idea. But don't make any mistake in thinking that they're not in it for the money, right? So there are people in the organization, maybe not the CEO, maybe not the CTO, maybe not the CIO, but there are people in places of power, developers, heads of projects, etc., who are in it for the money. There are also very powerful people in the XRP community that are whales, people who have acquired a massive chunk of XRP, closer to the inception of the token itself. Perhaps they came from Bitcoin, maybe they were Bitcoin whales, who knows how they came by the money. But a lot of people are holding a lot of XRP, and a lot of those people aren't like you. They're not looking for the big breaks. They're not looking for the 100x. They're not looking for the 1000x, right? They're looking for the 5x, the 10x's. And when these happen, they dump, right? Some of them are looking for the 4%, the 10%, right? And when that happens, they dump their 1 million tokens and they're out, right? What is happening in the cryptocurrency sphere is as the big organizations, the big money, the Black Rocks of the world, JP Morgans, etc., as they come into this game, they're beginning to stabilize the volatility of crypto, right? They're not really used to, or neither are they interested in the 100x's that we're chasing, right? JP Morgan isn't interested in a 100x, okay? JP Morgan is interested in a 3%. A 4%, a 5% pump. That's what they're interested in, because from the world that they're coming from, a 5% pump is really something that is very rare, right? You only get that with like Apple and Tesla, and these are often annual performances. If a company, an investment manager that can offer you a 5% on your money in the stock market, that person's a genius, right? They don't see these kind of pumps in their world that they're coming from. So when they come to cryptocurrencies and they put the investment on crypto and Bitcoin does a 10%, they dump. Simple as that. They don't care about, they're not there to change the world. They're here to make money. And we really need to understand this and calibrate ourselves and not be suckers. And I think that they've studied us and they understand how we behave, right? They understand that we are retail. Okay, and retail is ruled by emotions, right? They pull at our heartstrings, they release FUD, and they just basically play us like a piano, play us like a violin. They make us sway this way, they sway that way, they do what they need to do, they make their money and leave. And they leave us in the retail sphere licking our wounds. Now, the only saving grace for us is because we have front ran them, right? So we got in first for the first time in history. We, the retail, we got into Bitcoin, we got into XRP, we got into all these cryptos before them, which means we were able to get in, a lot of us, at really good prices. And the diamond hands that have been diamond handing for the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years, right? Those guys, well, if you've been dollar cost averaging and diamond handing for 8 years on Bitcoin, any other crypto, you're probably a millionaire now, right? But we have front ran them, okay? And because of the technology of self-hosting, we are able to basically stand our ground and not be shaken. Now, if there was a centralized place where everybody had to put their tokens, you best believe that the government would have gone after that centralized pot and done something about it by now, right? They would have, hacked it, legislated against it, etc. But because of the technology of cryptocurrency and cryptographics and, crypto wallets and self-hosting and all that, we are able to hold on to our gains, hold on to our money, and there's nothing they can do about it for now, right? And because of that, they have to try the psychological ways, the FUD, the manipulation, the dumps, and because again, their time scale is different from our time scale. Like JP Morgan is willing to wait 10, 15 years for the investment to come through. You, on the other hand, you've got children, you've got like car bills, you've got a mortgage, you've got life to live. You can't compete with a billion or $1 trillion organization with bottomless money, right? Who also have their hand in the pocket of the government, who are controlling the rules. I mean, we can't compete with these people, all right? And as they come into cryptocurrencies, we're going to see more of that behavior. We're going to get less volatility. We're going to get people dumping quickly. The blow-off tops are going to be eaten up by people just dumping billions of tokens. Those blow-off tops are not going to be as violent as they were in the past, in my opinion. I think as we start to moon, we're going to just see billions of dollars being dumped into the market by these organizations. Anyway, this is not financial advice. I've been looking around at the news today and I've been seeing a lot of these sort of, these whales offloaded 60 million, someone sold 100 million. We're going to see a lot more of this, unfortunately. And we just got to have to not let that affect us in our decision. We have a target, we have a plan, and we stick to it. Okay? Not financial advice, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.